Do you hate ads? I hate ads. You know what I love? Patreon.com/inkdependence, where patrons get access to a patron-only Discord, ad-free videos, and the joy of knowing they help support this channel. Hello folks, welcome to Inkdependence. I'm Mike, and today I've got a pen to share with you from Ferris Wheel Press. This is one that I bought a little while ago. I got mine over at Atlas. You can use the affiliate code down below if you'd like to get yourself some things at Atlas. Whether you'll want to get this pen or not, I mean, it's going to be kind of up to you, but I mean, well, we'll see how it goes. This one is called the Carousel right there, the Carousel fountain pen, and this one is called the Oinking Embers. And honestly, I kind of bought it on the name and I think the box art. I thought this was really interesting. It's got like these little pigs here, and they're like feeding a fire, and you got this brick pig house. I don't know really what's going on here. No way can these pigs reach any of this stuff. Like, why is that all the way up there? I'm not sure what the story is. On the side here, it tells you about the pen itself. Fountain pen with custom ground nib. I don't know about that. With refillable converter, which is great. I'm glad it came with a converter. You can see the pen will go in there. I've actually got it over here. Then here it says, capturing your most magical memory of the Midway. The Carousel comes equipped with a converter that's ready to be filled with your favorite fountain pen ink. Bring your brightest ideas to life with the spirit of the carnival. But that doesn't really fit the Oinking Embers thing. This is just kind of an interesting bit of packaging here. I don't think there's really anything else in here. Just sort of, this is what the pen comes in. It has this, it's ensconced in this little carrier, which is, a nice bit of packaging. Honestly, I think that's probably pretty good. And maybe it might be the best thing here. All right, so this is the pen itself, which I do like a brown pen. We all know I like a brown pen. But I was expecting there to be something else going on with this pen. It is called Oinking Embers. It's got all this fun imagery and name and stuff going on, but I think all of that is on the packaging, and it's not really about the pen. The pen is just sort of a dark taupe brown. It's a bit darker than tan. It does say Ferris Wheel Press on this side and Carousel on the opposite. You have these whole bunch of facets here around the cap of the pen. You have a finial down here, which has gotten a bit inky from me posting it, which is awesome. Love that. And then you have up here this finial, which is, I think, meant to kind of invoke a carousel sort of situation, just like with the cap, where you have all these sides going around. And you know about carousels. You have horses or griffins or whatever that you ride. So very nice lightweight pen it's nice in terms of it being lightweight, and it feels pretty okay. It's it doesn't bend or anything when you poke at it. This is a $15 pen, so it's not the most expensive thing on the market. It fits nicely into that sort of like early user bracket, which I think is nice. I like the section pretty well. It's got all these little facets on here. Some folks are going to hate these facets, but it is not triangular. So if you have one of the the writing styles is kind of over the top, or some other thing that's kind of standard there, you can probably get your fingers on there in a way you're going to like. Now, the nib is a small nib. I'm not sure who makes their nibs at all. It might be a Schmidt or something like that. I'm really not sure, but it has some very nice looking engraving on there. We have a little carousel horse there, a little post going through it that like kind of lines up with the nib slit. That's kind of interesting. It looks all right. It doesn't actually. Wait, does it not tell me the size of this nib? Huh. Interesting. I think it might not actually say it anywhere. M. Oh, it's that M. There's an M right in the middle that I was completely. Can I even focus on it? There it is. It's that M right there. These only come in 2 nib sizes. They come in medium and fine, and that's what you get. They are steel, and those are your options. Medium or fine. No broads, no extra fines, none of that stuff. Now, you'll see there is some nib crud on here, and that's because the cap on this is not very well sealed. This pen does tend to dry out, and if you put an ink in here that, like this one, is a brown or a red or a green or those kinds of colors, those often have a yellow component to them, and yellow components, for some reason in ink, tend to form these little crystals. When you have a lot of air getting to the nib, they just sort of dry out and they just turn into crystals. Now, all of that will turn back into ink if you get it wet, so do be careful putting your fingers right there, because it's gonna get on there. Interesting that it got all the way down to this ring. That's kind of odd. But I think it's just a matter of evaporation going on. We don't really have an inner cap liner. It is a slip cap. It has an okay sound and feel. Yeah. It's all right. It's not amazing, but it's all right. You can post it, as I said. That's how I got all this ink up here. It posts fairly deeply, and I think it posts. I think it posts in a pretty comfortable way. I like using this pen posted. You can use it unposted just as well. It's a good length. I'll say that for sure. But works perfectly well posted as well. Now lengths as far as that goes. Posted, this is a little over 5.5 inches long at 5.68 inches. Uncapped, you have 4.63, which is about an inch less, and then capped, you're down to 5 inches. So that is, that's a pretty reasonable sized pen there. I think I like the way this is going. It's got a good size. Now to fill this pen, as it said, it comes with a converter. You access that by unscrewing the barrel here. Right there. It's actually a pretty nice material. It doesn't have any flex to it. It feels pretty good. You can see there is the converter. You can see there's still ink in this one. And to fill it, you'll just pop that converter on there. It has an open end here, which will go on that little nipple on the inside there. You can actually see there is like a little blob of ink there that has kind of escaped. I'm not sure if that just happened or if that's a little bit of leakage. This is an unusual converter. I don't think it's quite Standard International, but it may be. You just pop that on there. Then to fill it, you'll just twist this piston knob, which will move the piston, put your nib in the ink, draw ink up into it, and away you go. That's kind of all there is to it. Very simple and easy to use. I like a converter. It's probably my favorite filling system. There's just no muss, no fuss. You can easily change inks and clean things, so that's really cool. All right, so let's look at this next to a bunch of other pens and stuff, and we'll try to do a writing sample here. Okay, so here it is next to a bunch of other pens. I have a couple of auxiliaries down here. This is in my stationery stack Alfie, which I have just gotten. Thanks very much, Addie, for sending this out. It's really cool. It's a great little pen tray. And you can see here in the over here on this side, I've got the Carousel. Next to that, we have a Pilot Prera and the Pilot Kakuno, the Pilot Explorer over here, the Prefonte from Platinum, as well as the what's this one called? This is the Plaisir. Sorry, I could not remember that. And then my phone started trying to name a tune. I don't know. It's doing weird stuff. And then, of course, the TWSBI Eco. I also brought out here the Lamy Safari, of course, and also this here Pilot. We'll just go ahead and put that there. A little Pilot MR, or as we sometimes call it, the Metro. So it's around the same size as some of these. It's a little bit shorter than these full-size fountain pens, and a little bit shorter than the Kakuno even, but a little bit longer than the Prera. So it's a fine size range, even if it's a little bit on the shorter sides for some of these. Now let's go ahead and take the cap off and see how that compares. I'm gonna go ahead and post it because that's how I usually write with it. If you don't post, you have to do the measurements yourself. All right, there you go. So you can see posted, it is a little bit longer than the Safari, which I didn't post because I don't usually post a Safari, but I posted the rest. So we'll just go ahead and do that. It's I think, in a very comparable sort of size range to most of these. I'm not going to post that Eco. I don't post an Eco. There we go. There we go. Posted. Why not? So yeah, there you go. It's actually this turned out very nice. Look at that. It's a little bit longer than the Prera, a little bit shorter than the Kakuno and the rest. But I think this is a very normal size range for a pen of this kind. All right. So for a little writing test, I'm gonna use this Kukuyo soft ring notebook. I really like these soft rings. These are a very nice little notebook. Good fountain pen paper and all that jazz. This is actually filled with one of my very favorite brown inks. One of my favorite inks, kind of all told. But this is Vinta's Pamana Brown, which has just kind of been a long time favorite of mine. I decided to put a brown ink in a brown pen. It seemed fitting, and so that's what I did. Now we'll see if it writes. This pen does dry up a lot, so we'll see what it does here. Yeah, that's not great. I'm gonna go. Let me go run some water on the nib, and I'll be right back. But this right here is kind of normal. This is normal if you leave this in a drawer for a day or so. It's just kind of what it does. All right, so I ran under the tap just a little bit. As I said, it's just dried out. It's got plenty of ink in there, so let's see how we go now. Yeah, I did look away from the paper while I was writing carousel because I was like, wait, do I know how to spell carousel? This is the oinking. Medium nib. All right. So when this pen is flowing, the nib is totally fine. It can keep up with all kinds of writing as long as you don't let it dry out. And here in my house, which is air conditioned and all that jazz, it does tend to dry out a fair amount. Like if I leave it in a drawer for I don't know 2-3 days, it's gonna do this until I wet the nib, which is, I mean, it's not ideal because that is not what you want when you need to like whip this pen out and make some notes. It's just kind of it's not great. So in the final analysis, this pen does cost $15. And honestly, I think I would skip it. There are just better pens out there for this kind of price range. I mean, whoa. Just knocked over my whole tray of pens here. I mean, I would get yourself a Platinum Prefonte. These are, I don't know, maybe $10 for the slightly fancier version of the Preppy. For a little bit more, you can step up to this one for like $20 or something like that, I think. And these are using the same nib unit and are quite good. And then of course the Kakuno at like $18 is right in the same price range as the Carousel, and the Kakuno is a far better pen. So yeah, get any of these others instead. This is a little bit more the MR, but I mean I think all those pens are kind of better than this one. I would say skip this one. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed with a lot of things about it, and that's too bad. So there you go. That's been the Ferris Wheel Press Carousel. It has some high points. I think this is a very nice little beginner pen, as long as it's like the only pen you're using and you're using it pretty constantly, because otherwise it's gonna dry out on you. But when it's writing, it's actually quite nice. I mean, I don't have any problems with that nib. It feels smooth. It's wet enough. It's doing all the nib stuff. It's just it doesn't keep doing that nib stuff for very long, unfortunately, because the cap just doesn't fit on tightly enough, I think is the deal. But yes, there you go. That's it. That's the Carousel. Check this out at your favorite pen vendors, or these maybe at your favorite pen vendors as well. And I'll see you in another video soon. Remember, until next time, think about what you put out in the world and make it a better place. Peace out.